In the late 1950s, Soviet engineers wanted to build the ultimate battlefield monster, so they created a tank that looked less like a weapon of war and more like a UFO on 4 continuous tracks. It was heavily armored and built to float over deadly mud, but its true purpose was far more terrifying. It was specifically engineered to survive the shockwave of a nuclear blast. Most armor would be vaporized, but Object 279 was built to charge directly through an atomic wasteland. By 1959, the threat of nuclear war hung over Europe. Soviet planners realized standard tanks would be flipped upside down or incinerated by atomic pressure waves, so Red Army Command demanded a completely new breed of heavy armor. Radiation and blast waves would turn normal ground into liquid mud, so this new machine had to withstand direct nuclear strikes and navigate a melted landscape. Engineers at the Kirov plant needed to stop a 60-ton beast from flipping in a shockwave, so they gave it a revolutionary saucer-like outer shell. The curved shape deflected blast waves and enemy shells alike, but its hull was only half the story. To prevent it from sinking into radioactive mud, they mounted 4 independent track assemblies underneath. So despite its immense weight, it exerted so little ground pressure that it could drive effortlessly through deep swamps and crater-pocked battlefields. Heavy tanks were traditionally slow targets, but Object 279 was a nightmare on wheels. Powered by a massive 1,000 horsepower diesel engine, it reached speeds of 55 kilometers per hour. So to match its speed with sheer violence, engineers armed it with a 130mm M65 cannon. Western tanks could be wiped out from miles away, but firing manually was too slow, so an auto-loading mechanism allowed a crew of 4 to rain down 7 massive shells every minute. It performed flawlessly during trials in 1959, but Object 279 met a fatal political enemy: Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev. Khrushchev was obsessed with guided missiles, so he viewed heavy, expensive tanks as obsolete relics. In 1960, he banned the production of any tank over 37 tons. So just like that, the USSR's most advanced nuclear-proof Titan was killed before it ever saw a real battlefield. But because of Khrushchev's ban, only one single prototype was ever fully built. Today, it stands silent inside the Kubinka Tank Museum, a bizarre alien relic of a nuclear war that thankfully never happened. The Cold War created terrifying weapons, but the story of forgotten military technology doesn't end here. Subscribe to The Dead Know the Truth and click here to discover the next war machine that almost changed history.